In this video, we'll be working through a measurement question from the June 2021 mid-year examination. The context of this question states that below is a picture of a cylindrically shaped 400-gram can of fish. The can is fully covered by a label with dimensions as shown in the picture. Now we are given a picture of a label on a can of fish. Two dimensions are given, that is the diameter of 73 millimeters that is formed when the label is wrapped around the can, and we are also given the height of the label as 10,6 centimeters. Now there's one thing that you should keep in mind when analyzing measurement questions in exams, which is that you are often given dimensions in different units. Here you are given one dimension in millimeters and the other in centimeters. This is done to assess whether you can convert between millimeters and centimeters. Now you are also given two formulae, that is the circumference of the circle, which equals the diameter multiplied by 3,142, and the surface area of the label around the can equals the circumference multiplied by the height of the label. In question 121a, you have to calculate in squared centimeters the surface area of the label around the can. Now if you can remember, the surface area of an object is the total area that the surface of the object occupies. For a flat shape like a rectangle, it's the length multiplied by the width. For a 3D object like a box, it's the sum of all its sides. We are given the formula for calculating the surface area of the label around the can, which is the circumference multiplied by the height. Now the first step to calculating the surface area is to calculate the circumference, which we are also given the formula for doing just that. To calculate the circumference, we need the diameter of the label that's formed when the label is wrapped around the can. This is given as 73 millimeters. But before we can substitute this value into the formula, we first need to convert this dimension from millimeters to centimeters. We do this because the question wants us to give the answer in squared centimeters. Now we should know that there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So 73 millimeters equals 73 divided by 10, and this gives us a diameter of 7,3 centimeters. So 73 millimeters is the same length as 7,3 centimeters. Now we can go ahead and substitute this value into the formula for the circumference of a circle. Substituting this value of 7,3 centimeters into the formula for the circumference of a circle will give us a value of 22,9366 centimeters. Now that we have the circumference of the circle, we can substitute this value into the formula for the surface area of the label around the can. Substituting the value of the circumference of 22,9366 centimeters and the height of the label of 10,6 centimeters into the formula for the surface area of the label will give us a final answer for question 121a of 243,12796 squared centimeters. Now there are a couple of key points that you can take away from this question, and that is that you should always take note of the dimensions that are given. Are they the same units or are they different? If they are different, you will have to convert one or both to the dimension that is asked in the question. Also remember that the metric conversion factors like millimeters to centimeters are not given, and you will have to memorize this before you write your exam. On the other hand, imperial to imperial conversion factors like inches to feet or imperial to metric conversion factors like inches to centimeters will be given in exams, and you will not have to memorize those types of conversion factors. Now let's move on to question 121b. In question 121b, you have to determine the total length of a label if an overlap of 0,6 centimeters is needed for it to be glued around the can. Let's take a closer look at the label around the can. When the label is wrapped around the can, it will take a shape of a cylinder. This cylinder will have a diameter of 7,3 centimeters and a circumference of 22,9366 centimeters, as we have calculated in question 121a. Now, if we were to remove the label from the can and place it on a flat surface like a table, it will take the shape of a rectangle. The label will have a width of 10,6 centimeters, which was the height of the label, and a length that will be equal to 22,9366 centimeters, which was the circumference of the label when it was wrapped around the can. Now, if the length of the label is the same as the circumference of the label, then adding an overlap of 0,6 centimeters for it to be glued to the can will give us a total length of the label as the sum of the circumference of 22,9366 centimeters and the overlap of 0,6 centimeters, which equals 23,5366 centimeters. We can round this value down to 23,54 centimeters because it is very difficult to make a label exactly 23,5366 centimeters. In fact, it is very expensive to make a label of 23,54 centimeters, but the instructions in the question paper ask us to round our answers to 2 decimal places if not otherwise stated. Therefore, the total length of the label around the can, including the overlap of 0,6 centimeters, will be 23,54 centimeters. And that's going to be it for this video. In the next video, I'll be solving the next part of this question. And if you don't want to miss that video, then consider subscribing if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification so you get notified as soon as it's published. And thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Until next time, bye.